It's conservation time. Build the best jungle and fill it with the most animals. This is our preview of Life of the Amazonia.
Life of the Amazonia is a bag-building tile placement game where you're making the most ecologically rich jungle, and I can't get enough of this game.
This game took a lot of elements from other games that I really enjoy and brought them together to make one fun experience, and we'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play.
The game is played in turns, with each player having an action phase and a cleanup phase on their turn.
During the action phase, players take actions based on the resources they pull from their bags.
There are 9 different actions a player can take, including purchasing new resource tokens, placing animals, trees, and flowers, or expanding their jungle.
When a player is done taking their actions, they'll discard resources and draw new resources to prepare for the next turn as part of the cleanup phase.
Players continue taking turns until 5 of the 8 basic meeple animal selections have been exhausted.
At the end of the game, players calculate their points based on the animal and jungle life patterns they have created in their jungles.
The player with the most points wins. We were sent a copy of Life of the Amazonia by Bad Comet Games for this preview, so thank you for sending it to us.
Now this is only a prototype, but straight out of the box, it still has that same wow factor. It has the cardboard set piece that you build. This time it's a waterfall. It has the cardboard hex tiles that you're placing for your jungles. It has cardboard trees that you're placing to make your rainforest. And then of course you have the animal meeples.
I would say probably it's the animal meeples, as always, the little pieces that really catch my eye. So, you've got a little, I know it's an alligator, but they call it a caiman. You got toucans, you got macaws. So I like the variety here and how they went to a different ecosystem, right? So the other one was Serengeti, so you got like rhinos and elephants and crocodiles. This one is the Amazon ones, and I don't know, I just felt like I can't tell you why, I just felt like I liked this one more than the other one.
I enjoyed this game a lot more instantly than I did with Wild Serengeti. I still like that game. I just felt like it required a little bit of tweaks and it required a little bit of a learning curve to figure out exactly how the patterns was working. With this one, it's instantly as you start playing, you're like, oh, I gotta do this, and I gotta make this pattern with these animals, and that's how I get points. Very easy to understand, very fun to play. At no point while you're playing this game does it feel like it's going slow or slowing down. You feel like you're always building towards something. You have a little bit, it's either anticipation or frustration, depending on what kind of person you are. But as you're building up, you're like, all right, I know I'm gonna get there. And then the last 30 minutes of this game, when everyone's pulling off really big moves and everyone's connecting their animal patterns, that's where all the fun of this game really comes in.
So from this prototype version, there was some assembly required, but it's still kind of pretty cool. Like this is the little resource thing where it tells you how much each is gonna cost and what you get from it. So I like that. I mean, we all have our own little boat there we use our, or throw away our used tokens in, and then once we're done, you dump it back in the bag. So that's pretty cool.
It's a fun game to look at, so immediately you're gonna have that draw factor with kids. You're gonna be, oh, I like that, I like the animals, I like how it looks like toys, it looks like you can play with it. However, this game does take a lot of thought while you're playing. So while you're playing it, it has a lot of strategy involved. It's not just a game with a lot of cool pieces just for the show factor. You really do have to think about the puzzle of the pattern building. And not only that, but it has incorporated the bag building as well. So as you're building your bag, you draw out the 5 resources, and those determine what action you can take each turn. So you may want to do something. However, if you don't have the right resources, you kind of have to pivot a little bit and do something else, but you still want to be thinking about your overall strategy. So it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? What can I save and hold for the next turn so I can have 6 resources or 7, however many you've increased in your bag. And you really have to think about strategy. Okay, I'm going to put this animal here. I'm going to put this animal here. I'm going to play this here, because the animals do run out. So if someone else gets the animal before you, then you may not get those points.
One of my favorite things about games in general is the asymmetric powers, like how is what I start different than how other people start. So there's these little animals where once you finally place them, you get some sort of power from it, and then you can keep using that moving forward. They were dealt out randomly to us when we played, so I think I had a pretty good one. So I was like, oh, this is cool, I like this. So that part of the game I think I really enjoy, plus you get your own little unique animal figure that you're like, boom, that's me. I'm a anaconda or a sloth now or something. I think we talked about it before, but was this was similar to, what was that other one? Was it Cascadia?
Cascadia.
Was that the one we were talking about?
Yeah, if you like Cascadia, if you're a fan of Cascadia, it has a similar structure where you're placing the tiles down and then you got to follow the animal patterns. Instead of the circles that you're placing down in Cascadia, you're actually placing down animal meeples in this one. This game also reminds me a little bit of Gods Love Dinosaurs, so if you enjoyed that game, you'll probably also enjoy this one. You're placing the animals into the certain areas and then getting bonuses for certain things, especially if you have the right nature card or if you have the right special animal that you're placing in, and you have a special ability that happens throughout the game. If you like Cascadia, if you like Gods Love Dinosaurs, definitely check this game out.
Overall, just looking at the prototype, all the pieces mostly, plus you have the asymmetric powers, just production value from what we got. I think I'm really interested to see like what's going to come on Kickstarter and then the different upgrades that they're going to have. Who knows, even though we have this, I may still back it because I want my own copy too.
Overall, I'm really pleased with this, and I'm excited to see what else Bad Comet's gonna do in the future. I liked Wild Serengeti, but it did need a couple tweaks. I like that with this one, I don't really have anything major that I would want to tweak, other than I'd want the final version, not a prototype copy. So if you liked Wild Serengeti, if you backed Wild Serengeti, definitely back this one. If you didn't back Wild Serengeti, or haven't played of it, or haven't even heard of it, but you've played Cascadia, or you've played Gods Love Dinosaurs, definitely check this one out too. I really think you'll enjoy it. And that was our preview of Life of the Amazonia.
What'd you think? Are you ready to become your own uncontacted Amazon tribe? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you'd like more information, or if you want to back Life of the Amazonia on Kickstarter, check out the links in our description below. And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny, and go party like a board gamer.